Yes, I guess it's August 2nd, 2026. And I am the mine hunter, Daniel Quick. We're in the lovely Cordata section of Bellingham. Hopefully we're out of the city. But what's going on today was I went into town, and then I was going back to Ferndale. And I stopped and asked the attendant at the bus station, I said, when's our next bus? Next Ferndale bus. And there was a bus in 10 minutes, but instead of being given that bus and that information, he said it's going to be over an hour, right? And, me trusting the person, I said, okay, fine. So I go to a store. Anyway, I realized what's going on, right? Later, and I go, a few minutes later, I go back to the guy. I said, I had put something together. I said, you just caused me to miss my bus. It would have been here in 5 or 10 minutes, and I would have been gone, right? Instead, I'm going to be there for an hour and a half. But of course, investigative reporter that I am, I start looking around and I start thinking, well, hey, there's got to be a reason for this delay. What would be the reason for this delay, right? And I'm thinking, well, what are they doing? Maybe what they're doing is they're delaying people. And then, because I had some experience with it just the last week, I thought maybe it feeds in, maybe they're delaying people on purpose. And then some of their brethren that do this gangstalking thing, which I'll talk about in a minute, maybe they're sitting there waiting. Maybe it's not an accident. And maybe the delay is exactly what they need, what they want. And maybe it's not just me. Maybe it's plenty of other people that are doing it too. This was Route 27. About 2 weeks ago, I was being gang-stalked. That is, groups of bikers and cars following me around in Ferndale. And I recognized two drivers in their personal vehicles that were from the WTA. That is the Whatcom Transit Authority. One was a guy named Brent. He's like a big, heavy-set guy with red hair. He's been here a long time. And the other one, I didn't know his name, but I knew him by description. He's sort of the shorter, 5'6", mid-50s, Italian-looking guy with a long ponytail in back, long, thick, heavy ponytail in back. The ponytail guy was the guy, again, he did the same thing that last time. He did a wrong route. And anyway, I've noticed a lot of traffic around me now. Now that I kicked on the video camera, it's a lot less. But there's all this video activity around me. So here's what I think is going on. They have certain individuals that they want to target. And when those people come through, they try to stall them, delay them. There's probably a number of tactics for doing that. And then they try to arrange this gang-stalking thing like this. It's like this, teams of 3 cars. I think the key to finding out the connection with the WTA would be, where do they park their personal vehicles? Like, this Cordata is not the home base station, which is up in Iron Gate. But let's say they park their vehicles around here somewhere and go to work. That's something that an investigator or the police or whoever might start with that. What are they doing? And because otherwise, like you think about it, like, it's a pretty extreme thing. Oh, let's stall and delay him, and then let's run him over. Now, maybe the way they justify it in their own heads is they say, well, we're going to scare him a little. We're just scaring him. I didn't feel scared, exactly. I was more like shocked, but I can understand why other people might feel scared. If you have a pseudo-governmental agency conspiring, to get you a loan, maybe get you frustrated, and then to run you over, I mean, my God, that's pretty sinister. It's pretty bad. So these are the wonders of the WTA. I think if I were to map it out, I'd look at there's got to be a place, like a private parking lot, not too far, where the drivers would go, and they swap out their personal vehicles, and then they jump up and they do the charade thing. So thank you. God bless, and I'll save all this. This is Daniel Quick, the Mine Hunter. Look, you can think about running people over, okay? But don't do it.